Hello, hello, welcome back to Marble Blast Gold. When we left off, we were still trying to make our way through this level of Portal.
Ready, set,
This is gonna be just like Will o' the Wisp, where I'm just gonna be stuck on this for like a solid fucking week. It's a very difficult level. There we go. Be careful. Something I keep thinking that I gotta do more frequently is I gotta start doing Twitch raids more often and sending my viewers to other people. I mean, honestly, I don't think I ever get enough viewers for it to make a huge difference for me to do raids, but whatever. Alright, come on.
super jump.
Oh. Oh, I was hitting the jump button and it didn't jump.
Ready, set, go.
I gotta remember I can just hold the jump button. I don't gotta like time its press to the exact moment I hit the ground. I was thinking more about if I did my own Marble Blast type game, and I think a good element of it would be to add like power-ups you could get. Like, not like this has power-ups, but I mean like you can unlock abilities like a double jump ability and a dash ability to utilize to change up the level design. And you could maybe take these into earlier levels you were stuck on in order to do them better. Yeah. And like this level doesn't piss me off like the circus one I was just the acrobat level, because like my deaths are always 100% my fault. It's never the game physics being like annoying. I think the only part of the level that like bothers me is that last jump in the like the I'll mention it when that jump up there from that platform to that is like just too fucking long, because it means that I keep building up my momentum incorrectly for the landing. It feels unfairly long. And whenever I fail on this, it's just because I'm getting impatient.
Ready, set, go.
Alright. Down. You know, it's funny the disparate types of games I play. Like, on one end I'm playing this, on another end I was playing like Doom and Metro a while ago, and I have Nitrum going, and I had a long-running Sims series, although the Sims series didn't really get a lot of votes, so I just kind of, a lot of views, so I just kind of gave up on it. And like, I hit the point where I was like, I'm not doing anything interesting with this playthrough, it is boring. You know, so I was just like, I'm not gonna keep playing it. Maybe I'll play some Sims games again in the future if people request it and do something more interesting. Alright, there we go. Careful. Ah, fuck me.
Ready, set, go.
Alright. What other power-ups could you add to a marble game beyond a speed boost and a double jump? That wouldn't, like, also get annoying to have. Like, things that you can trigger.
Ready.
I mean, I guess you could give yourself sort of elemental protection abilities, but those would be, like, very situational. I don't like it when a game is like, and this upgrade makes it so you can walk on the type of floor you couldn't walk on before. And it's just like, cool. You create that, you might as well just given me a blue key to unlock a blue door at that point. Yeah, I don't know. Careful. Shit. Oh man, thinking about games I want to... So, I was mentioning how I have a load of game ideas, but many of them just feel too ambitious for me to want to make. One of the games that I've always had in my head that I want to do, in my brain, the working title is White Tower. And it's loosely inspired by Shadow of the Colossus and Princess Mononoke in the Valley. No, not Princess something in the Valley of the Wind. I'm trying to remember. Or is it Princess? No. I always combine its name with Princess Mononoke by mistake. Nasasaki in the Valley of the Wind. That's the name of the movie. There is no princess in the title. Nasasaki in the Valley of the Wind. Where, like, the game concept I have in my head, like, opening cutscene, right? We open up and we have the camera panning around this massive white tower that reaches into the skies in the middle of a beautiful flower field. The tower, and it's like in like almost a crater, like a bowl-shaped like mountain range. The tower is made of smooth white material with patterns etched on it. Our camera swoops around it, has opening credits play.
Set. Go.
And as the camera pans around, we eventually come to a robed character approaching the tower through the one path that runs to it. A small door lies on the tower with a teardrop symbol on it. The character holds up a small blue teardrop-shaped gemstone. The gem glows, disappears from their hand, and floats into the teardrop-shaped hole. Like the energy that it produces, the glow. And then the door opens up, and we see a small, almost lab-like environment, or greenhouse-type environment that's completely empty. The character walks in, removes their hood, and you get a little character customization moment, because this is you. No dialogue in the entire game. If you look around the room you're in, you'll see that there's a number of pedestals that are blank, and when you walk up to them, weird runes in another language appear, like on your screen, and the entire HUD and UI will be filled with these symbols in a language that is unfamiliar. The only place where there's readable dialogue is in the pause menu, which can serve as a sort of Rosetta Stone to understanding this language, because every option in the settings will be written in both English and the fictional language of the game. I gotta be quiet for a moment. From there, when you eventually walk out of the room back to the valley, damn it, you would see that there's another door to your right, or you would see that there's a spiral path going up the tower. Following up it, you would eventually see that there's another door that you can't open with the same symbol. This would communicate to the player, hopefully, that they need to find another teardrop-shaped stone. So, your next instinct is to begin exploring the world around you, and this is where the crux of the gameplay comes in. It is not a combat-oriented game at this point. It is an exploration game where you're just walking through beautiful environments, and at a certain point you might find a plant or a collectible you can get. And you'll get it, and it will have its name appear written in the runic language. And you can then bring it back to your base and start to grow whatever plant it is back in your base. And there will be a crafting system where you can combine different plants and materials you get to create equipment. These equipments will be used to help you navigate the world. Climbing a rope, snowshoes, gliders, gas masks to go into toxic swamps. The whole game will be about gathering resources in order to build equipment to help you explore, to help you find the blue gems. Until eventually, you get the blue gem, and you finally go up and open the door, and you find yourself in a large arena-like environment, filled with large white golem monsters. This is where all of the combat is. This is the only moments of combat in the game, are in these tower arenas. And as you explore, you will also be able to gather components for health potions and stuff like that, or health potions and weaponry to help you fight these creatures, or these golems in the tower. And I have a whole ending of the game in mind, and I feel like it would be a fun game to design, but it would take a lot of time. It's one of those games that sits in my head as a game I would love to design one day.
Ready, set, go!
Another one I have in my head is a sort of Metro and Fallout inspired Apocalyptia game based off 1920s retrofuturism technology. I have a horror game that is based heavily around the use of light and shadow in order to... Where, like, the horror concept I have is that there's monsters that live in the dark, like, exclusively in shadow, and you literally combat them with light. And it would be like a first-person horror game where you have to get flashlights and torches and keep batteries up, so, like, you're never using guns or normal firearms, you're always using things that produce light to fight the monsters back. And there's puzzles oriented around using light to help you navigate. I don't know. I've always wanted to make games, and I've always been brainstorming games. I just gotta actually make them, you know?
Super jump.
Careful. Something I've thought could be a good series, it would just be me sitting down and writing a design bible for a game that I would never be able to make on my own. You know, just to get my ideas out of my head and in front of people for fun. Alright, come on. This is absolutely maddening. I should play the Team Eco games on my channel at some point. Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. Because those games are absolute fucking works of art that I adore.
Super speed.
And man, I fucking love the Shadow of the Colossus main music. It's such an epic soundtrack. Oh, that jump is so easy to botch.
Set.
This is maddening.
Ready. Set.
Go.
Go.
I can do it. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy girl. Big girl boy.
Something I super appreciate that is unnecessary. I'm going to talk about personal life a little bit here. I live with my brother and his wife, and like I help them watch their niece and their dogs sometimes. And something that's really nice is whenever I do that, my sister-in-law goes out and like buys me a little article of clothing. I'm like, that's super unnecessary, but I super appreciate it. She always buys me a new skirt or dress or sweater. And I like it. It's a very nice, unnecessary thing. Because, like, you know, I'm not watching these things out of an expectation of being given anything. Like, it's my baby niece. Of course I'd love to watch her. It's the fucking loving dogs in our home. Of course I'd love to watch them. And usually I just end up, like... when I'm watching the dogs, I usually just take them in my room and edit videos. It's something that I had, like, it doesn't impact my day at all. My niece impacts my day significantly more because it's a fucking infant. You need to watch those things 24/7. The other day, my niece did something so funny. We were all laughing so hard. I was in tears. It starts off not funny. We gave her a new type of bottle to try because she's getting older, and we wanted to see if she could drink from this new bottle. And she's drinking from it successfully, but to like be able to drink from it, she has to turn it completely like inverted. Like she can't, like, or at least more inverted than her old bottles. And she's doing that, drinking it, and then she takes it and she lifts it up high, and she just drops it directly on her face. And we're all like, oh no! And then she like yells, not like a cry yell, but like an
Super jump.
anger yell at it. And she picks up the bottle and she starts smacking it with her other hand, throws it on the ground, and stomps on it. And we're just like, kid, where is this coming from? She just stomped on the bottle angrily. It was so funny. And then she and turned and walked away from it. She's like, you disrespect me and my family. And now she refuses to drink from that bottle. She'll drink from the other bottles of the same design, but that specific one, the orange one, she won't ever drink from. It's so funny. And like she wasn't hurt bad or anything. We checked and made sure afterwards that she was a-okay. She didn't have a bruise or a bloody nose or anything like that. She just hurt herself and got angry at the bottle. Yeah, it was so funny. Like I was tearing up laughing at it. Oh, and she loves our dogs so much, and they're so gentle and sweet with her. She'll all the time like walk up to them and squat down and like kiss their nose, and the dogs will just sit there and they'll wait for her, they'll watch her, and after she kisses them they'll lick her face, and then she'll like lean away and put her hands on them like She loves to kiss them, but she doesn't like to get the kisses back from the dogs. Oh, fuck. I could tell the moment I jumped that I was gonna botch that one.
Set! Go!
God, this is infuriating. Cora's a funny baby. She's so full of character.
Ready!
She's like only a year old, but she's so smart. She recognizes like phrases you say. Like when you say her name, she'll swing her head around and look at you. And if you tell her no, she gets a big smile and then runs away with whatever she has. She's like, oh, no means they're about to take it from me, so I better get as far as I can. And all the time she'll like go over to the doorway to the hallway when you're in the kitchen or the living room, like the hallway that connects to them. And she'll stand in the doorway staring at you. And when you look back, she'll like raise her hands and go like, wah! And then run into the other room because she wants to play chase. She's so funny. She's like getting very good at like making up games that she wants to play and like being able to convey the rules to us. It's wicked funny. Like one time she handed me a ball and I take it. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I pass it from she put it in my right hand and I pass it from my right hand into my left hand. And she like shook, like blinking, looking shocked. And then she takes it out with her left hand and then looks at it and then passes it to her right hand and then looks at me and I like claps and I was like, good job. And then she put it back in my right. She like grabbed my right hand with her left one and put the ball in my hand. And then I passed it between my hands and then she took it and we were just doing that for a minute where we were just passing the ball around in circles between our hands. It was adorable. She's like so smart. I love it. We took her to the zoo the other day and she was getting so excited at some of the animals, and then some of the animals she was just staring at the people instead. She's adorable. I can't wait until that kid's old enough to be able to speak. I wanna share so many experiences with that infant. It's really nice, being in that. I love living in the house I live in with my brother and his wife. Like, I moved in with them to get out of my parents' house because there was a lot of difficulty moving out of my parents' home, and this was easier, and I just didn't want to live with my parents anymore. Actually, when the channel began, I was still living with my parents. I moved house right around the time I started playing the game Unpacking on my channel, which was ironically quite funny, and it made that game hit as a lot more significant to me, because that game is about how you move through stages in your life, and I ended up playing it right during a major transition in my life. But I'm so much happier living in this house than in my parents' home. And like, I wouldn't mind spending a lot more time living in this house. I know eventually I gotta move out, you know, I can't live with them forever. Eventually I gotta marry somebody and move on and live with them. But, you know, I'm happy with my life where it is currently. Aside from job situation, fucking capitalism sucks ass. So I hope this channel takes off, because goddamn I would love to do this for a living instead of anything else. I was working in a flower shop for a while, and then they just stopped calling me in for shifts after after Mother's Day and Valentine's Day passed. I'm like, right. fuck you guys, I guess. I guess I'm screwed now. Because, like, I got a couple of other job offers while I was working there that I turned down because I was like, yeah, no, the flower shop's nice. And now I'm just not working at the flower shop. Guy's a dick. He bought flower shop. He didn't even... Most of his flowers he bought from the neighboring supermarket anyway. Like, well, I don't know. I say he's a dick not because he fired me, but because he, like, cold fired me. He just stopped giving me shifts with no explanation.
Super speed.
Sucks. I hate capitalism. Cost of living is the most disgusting phrase that humanity's ever made, and so many people don't realize that.
Super.
Like, can you, like, actually dissect that phrase in your head and think about how despicable it is. Cost of living. Fucking disgusting. There shouldn't be a cost of living. Housing and healthcare and food should all just be fucking... See, I think we should live in a society where, 1, healthcare is free. 2, everybody is given, like, at least a moderately crappy apartment for free. And, like, a small amount of government mandated, not very tasty food, but is nutritious and keeps you in good health. Like, because then living is free, but living costs money, and I think that's okay. Like, everybody should, like, I feel like everybody in society should be given for free, like, the equivalent of a New York apartment. Like, a little tiny apartment that has a small kitchen, a bedroom, and a bathroom should just be given to every single citizen of the world without any requirements for them to earn it. And every person in the world should be given a small amount of very simple, like, basically fucking... That nutrients drink soylent, more or less. I think everybody should be given something like that. Something that is just enough food and hydration to keep you alive for a day. And, like, at the start of a month, you're given, like, a whole month's worth of it. And, like, if you don't want to eat that and you want to get better food, no. Go get good food instead. You know? And if you want to get a better home, get a job and earn the money to get a better home. Like, there should be, like... The ideal society exists somewhere between capitalism and communism, you know? But people get too caught up on, like, if you go a little bit in one direction, that you must go entirely in the other. Giving people free healthcare isn't gonna turn this into fucking the Soviet Union and cause societal collapse.
Go!
Like... Isn't it a little fucked up that, you know, if my house is on fire, I can call the fire department and they'll put my house out. If I'm getting robbed, I can call the police and they will arrest the guy doing it if they catch them. But if I'm fucking dying of a curable, issue, I have to debate whether or not I can financially afford to dial 911 and call an ambulance. It's a fucking despicable aspect of our society. And I fucking hate it. Healthcare should be fucking free. God, hell of a rant to go on in Marble Blast Gold, but, you know, this is a game that really just has me rambling.
Super speed.
Because, like, what the fuck else am I gonna talk about? This is the last run of the episode. Either I succeed or I lose. Because we're past the 20-minute mark again. Oh, okay. We live in a society, Batman. Fuck me. That was horseshit. Alright. We'll try that again next time on Marble Blast Gold. Hope you've all been enjoying this episode. And cards will be appearing in a moment. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.